Okay, so you're gonna start off this time.
Okay, hello everybody. The end of the other video, we spoke that we're gonna speak about what to expect whenever you announce and how to deal with this situation. But I feel that we're supposed to dive in and dig in more in how to choose your partner, your life partner, based on what. We're not gonna speak about how to say. We're not saying this is the norm of each person, but
Everybody has
there's
their own
a general.
path.
There's
Everybody
a
has their own
general. We're gonna speak about the general bullet points, not into deep specific type. More like what to look after, and we're going to have a section dedicated for our Muslim community, just to refer it more clearly and to clarify some points, because also they overcome their religion by applying their traditions more than the religion. So let's start. We're going to say now the title is going to be how to choose your life partner.
Yes.
So go ahead, what you have?
What do I have?
Yeah.
One of the most important thing for me was he had to be kind. Not a lot of people are like that, and someone who how can I say, who's a helpful person. There's a lot of people I know, which I'm gonna put my sunglasses right. There's a lot of people I know that they don't help their wife, and that was one of the main biggest things that I wanted. That also with the raising the kids, that it's not only my job, it's mine and yours. We're going to be a half. I was trying to find the person who was going to be my half, rather than, okay, this is a man that I just, is a man that's in my life, but I just see him once in a while. I wanted the person that I wanted to marry to understand my values. He's going to be my equal. That was like one of the main things that I wanted.
Yes, this is. You said right now what you want, and the question it was how to choose.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as the title is how to choose.
So how did you choose me?
To dig in more into different things. This is where everything's supposed to. So either way, you will search ahead of time if this is what you want as a type of person. Even though if you like that person from outside that you get attracted to, you're supposed not to let only this shaping this attraction or this relationship that you're trying to build. You're supposed to start more asking about what you want and how you want to live your life, sharing it with your life partner. So we're supposed not to forget the marriage is sharing your life.
Yes.
To the end of time. With a person that you're gonna share with that person everything.
Yeah.
In ease and in heart. So you're supposed to think about stuff more wisely and widely, and you're supposed to be detail oriented.
Right.
And do not take things by granted. And you say to yourself, tomorrow things will be fixed. No. You have to put down every bullet point and agree on it from the beginning, with no doubt the struggle is going to happen afterwards, because this struggle, it's a must. At the end, you are changing your situation from being single, from being attached to your parents. By now you are responsible of everything in your life and responsible of another person, by sharing cares and responsibilities and duties and having rights and receiving the same thing that you're gonna give from the person that you're gonna share with him. He's supposed to share the same thing towards you.
Yeah.
So it's a sharing life. So it's a partnership. It's the shareholders. It's everything you want to call it, and this is the right naming. We cannot deny these facts. From that perspective, once you want to choose your life partner, you're supposed to choose the person based on your how to say, the main goals in life.
Yes.
And you're supposed to ask that person if he's accept your goals or you accept their goals, and based on that you're supposed to start building up, this relationship. Because after all, this attraction is going to grow, which is gonna get stronger if you guys are agreeing on this life, how you want to live it together. Or this attraction is gonna die, and the first time and the first moment you will get used to that person, then you're gonna get bored from this relationship, then this attraction is gonna tending to the zero, and sometimes to the minus, which is reach for the hatred. Sometimes it's not only zero, which is you don't have feelings. No, you grow hatred toward the person. From that perspective, this is really important to know.
And to add to that, to make it as simple as it is, you are supposed to not only be attracted to the outside, you're supposed to be also attracted to the inside. To make it like as simple as what you were
because
saying.
there's a saying, they say if you get attracted from the inside, the outside we get more beautiful. There's a saying, it's a wisdom. Somehow, I'm not saying fully, but somehow this is right, because we are a sensational being, and we are emotional, and what is gonna be attracting us from inside is gonna last longer than anything coming from outside. Especially if there's the respect is going on around, and there's actually whenever the couple are agreeing on the way that they're living their life, the way how they want to be dealt towards each other, this is what is really the most important thing. You don't think that only this beauty, even if the person he was, the
most gorgeous,
the person on earth, this is gonna die if you guys both are not agreeing on the way how you want to live this life. If you're not on the same track, you have to find yourself that you are on the same track. And this is how you're gonna find yourself that you are on the same track. Once you speak and try to have a deep conversation and serious conversation about what you like, what you dislike, how you want to live this life, how you want to be your life, partner, because it's a life partner. This is how.
And that's why we also have to be saying that you have to be yourself, because right now with the world of the social media, everybody's putting filters.
It's fakes. Everything is
not only
fake.
just makeup, this filter, anything, and they only post about the good. And even those people who do the blog about their family and their life, they tell you, you're just only seeing the good part of me, and that's what we have to understand. So whenever you use, a lot of people, we live in a world that everybody is faking everything. So whenever you become true to yourself, and you understand yourself, and you are not scared to be yourself, that's a lot of things, is that one of the big things that a lot of people are scared to be themselves, not just only because of social media, because also their parents. Sometimes they don't act, they're scared of, they have their own life. It's like living the double life, like a long time ago, like Hannah Montana, this is me back in the day watching Disney, that they're living two different lives. So whenever you're living two different lives, that's whenever you do get married, and you just kind of like, which one do I should, show my husband, this one or this one? No, be yourself. That is like the most thing, not only just in marriage, but you have to be true to yourself, because that's what happens when depression also does come in, when you're trying to have a fake life, and even sometimes both lives are fake.
Just finish your ideas, because I get the whole point that you were trying to say.
So my whole point is, whenever you are choosing somebody, first you do have to be true to yourself, because that being like a real person, because whenever you're saying, oh, I wake up all the time at Fajr and I do this and I do that, and you know that you don't do that, and then when you get married and he also is lying, and then they're just like and then you get you know, a web of lies.
Yeah, you are trying to start, you know,
So you do tell
building
them, like,
up your
this is what
life
I
from
want
the
to do.
beginning. No, well, this is the point. If you're gonna start your relationship from the beginning by creating lies and faking everything, then when the engagement is gonna happen, at such a point everything is gonna
You're gonna
be
go like, oh, who is that person?
No, before. At the beginning is gonna be everything, how to say, polished. Then after a couple of weeks, when the
You're living with
first
the
month,
person, you can't
the
lie.
first month is gonna leave. No, I'm talking still about the engagement.
Yeah, engagement, right?
No, the first month is gonna be like fine. The second month, if you didn't get your marriage done, you're gonna start discovering more stuff. So some people in the engagement, after they discover this, I don't know why they don't stop it. You're supposed to stop it, because the engagement is for you to know the person, because you don't know this person.
And that's why you have to keep it a secret between you and him. And sometimes also your parents get involved because you don't want to make it haram. You say, hey, I'm talking to this person to get married to them, but it's, you know, you still have to keep it a secret from everybody else. Because I think a lot of times, because what you're saying, you don't know why they don't just end it, is because there's this embarrassment of like, okay, everybody knows I'm talking to him. I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna open this small, and we could expand this in another episode, because we want to be clarified right now. I just mentioned this, and I want this fast advice. We'll describe it more, and we'll expand it more in another discussion.
But we'll go back.
That you have to. This is your opportunity to break it, because you discover the lies, and especially if you face it with him, and these lies is the facts that you don't want to live. Break it now. Don't go to the marriage, then you assume that this is gonna change you. You're not gonna change nothing, because the person that from the beginning he built up on lie, even if you were lying, does mean you're not able to be realistic towards each other. So end it up. Don't go and create a marriage starting off wrong and ended up to be wrong.
Right.
This is gonna be a mess. Going back to this, what you are trying to say, you're supposed to be realistic with yourself. Say the truth about yourself for the life partner, and the life partner has to be realistic with you, because otherwise how this is gonna be working is not gonna be working right, to be honest. How are we going to know if you are really going to a right kind of if you're gonna go to a right marriage? Because this marriage is not gonna be built right if you start building it up on lies, that you are that and you're not that you did have this kind of degree and you don't, that you study that and you didn't. Just be realistic. You don't need to lie, because afterwards, if your life partner discover all these lies, this is where all the things that is cause for the fights to happen and to lose trust in each other. And they say, okay, so I don't know that person. While you think that you know this person, after all you're gonna discover that you don't know that person, and this has caused a lot of misunderstanding. And when the trust start to be broken in a relationship, in a marriage relationship, this is the cause of the failure. This is against success, because how are you gonna be successful while you just suddenly discover you can't trust your partner?
And there's this other point where if you are honest, and that's why me and him were really honest with each other, there was people that were trying to use stuff against us, and I'm like, I already know that, or he's like, I already know that, I don't mind. And they just like kind of got frustrated, because we're talking about, there's sometimes marriage does not only work out just because it's a problem between you and him. There, as I said, there's one of the biggest problems, and a lot of people don't like think about it, is there's other people coming inside their marriage that are destroying it, and they are polishing it as I am helping you. So there's a lot of people like, oh, do you know about this or this about him, this and
Yeah,
you know.
this is why you're supposed to be shielded and armed from the beginning by trust and truth.
And you have to
Because-
trust each other too.
But this is one of the reasons you have to know that, are you ready to receive other people issues and matters to build up trust? Because you are trying to invest in a lifetime partnership that is going to be too close, too discreet, too private. Are you gonna be able to manage to say your bad stuff and receive from others their bad stuff and accept their past and move on and not to judge them based on their past?
Yeah, you have to you guys are building a future. It's a past.
This is what, are you ready to be that mature person, that adult person that he's gonna be successful in his life, to build a good relationship, a model for himself and for his descendant, and build a new community and society by him having kids raised in the right manner and the right way? Or we gonna keep on repeating our elders and our ancestors' mistakes and not learning from it? This is where it is. You cannot expect from marriage to be successful if you don't make it by yourself first, by your personality. You have to shape up your personality
Before
and make
marriage,
sure that you are ready for marriage, that you are ready to take care of you, a human being. At the end, it's not a dog. Your dog or your pet, all what it needs from you, giving some food, taking it out to pee or poo. I'm just being honest. It's not a dog, it's not a cat, it's not a turtle, it's not your fish pet, it's not a pet.
Yeah.
It's a human being like you that it's carrying a soul.
You're living your
and a
life
heartbeat,
with this
emotions. It just, you're supposed to understand.
It's
Are you ready
literally-
to deal with this?
It's literally your other half.
It's
Sometimes you're literally with you're talking to somebody who's going to be your partner in life and afterlife, friendship. It's not a laughing matter.
It
You
might seem
cannot lie.
complicated, but it's not complicated. Why? You are able to show hearts for your pet. You cannot show hearts for your life partner. That much of ego we have. We're supposed to get rid of ego first. We're supposed to get rid of our, wrong kind of prides inside our heart. We're supposed to be humble and careful and full of care to share the care and to receive care. We're supposed not to try to be, too much fake, too much unrealistic, and to deal with the human being in the wrong manner.
Like, for example, because people are going to say, well, what if I'm not going to marry this person? Why should I tell them about myself in details? It's like, are you playing? You want this person? You feel like you want this person? If you want this person, you have to be. Like, if you're not, then just,
No, you
don't be shy to say, I don't want you.
Progressively you share.
Yeah, not everything.
Put it
Yeah,
down
not everything bad. You don't throw up everything right
You
away.
don't throw up the beginning, but at the beginning you ask how. Once you guys agree on the way how you want to live the future,
Yes.
okay, and the present. This is where it's come after you find yourself both. You're getting comfortable. You're getting used to each other. You are really on the right track, and there's this kind of attraction. Now it's the time for us to share some kind of stuff once we paid attention that the person is agreeing and is comfortable and is understandable and he's there for me. But if I feel from the beginning I'm scared to share with him and he feels the same thing, once you feel this,
that's a red flag.
I give you.
It's a red flag.
If you feel that you're not comfortable to share with the person your kind of secrets.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the deep one, because the deep one you could be throwing this after the marriage. But secrets about yourself, about your personality, to your future lifetime partner, then you know that this is something wrong, it's not going on right. End it up.
It's a big red flag. That's when you just
End it up. Don't waste your time, because
and that's
you're
why you're
wasting your
supposed
time.
to keep the engagement a secret. So whenever you see that, hell, I don't feel comfortable. I was like, yeah, I think he's handsome, I think he's cute, but I don't feel like I can tell him my secrets. I feel like I had to just tell my friends or my mom or my dad. Then you just, that's kind of like, we advise you, is just we, as me and him, would advise you, you should not, or you should try and be open. That's one of the big things, is have communication, be open. Don't, like, that's, we don't, you're not supposed to be scared. It's your thoughts, your opinion, it's in your heart.
Yeah, and we're supposed to differentiate, by the way, and this is what I want to reflect now, and this is something so critical and sensitive, but this is only will be discovered and known once you have the personal awareness. If you are aware about yourself, you have to be aware about yourself and know yourself, because at that moment you are able to differentiate between what your heart is telling you and what is the demon whisperers is telling you inside, because there's two different voices inside you. And each one of us, if he look after himself and look into his heart, he's gonna see, yeah, sometimes you hear two voices are the opposite. So how are you gonna know which one is the right one? Once you are aware about yourself, this is then when you're gonna be able to differentiate between the sounds of goods, which is your heart, and the sounds of bad, which is, you know, the whisperers, or the bad side inside you, or if you believe on the bad side of outside. Well, my point, you have to be aware, and you have to be detail oriented. And whoever lies on you, oh, after marriage everything got fixed, because some people, they think once you get laid, okay, let's make it like that. This is the simplest word I'm going to say it about. They think everything is gonna be fixed because right now you have attention because of the hormonal tense. What this?
It's not only hormonal.
You know, that doesn't make sense.
It's not only that, as I said, there's this thing in our culture. It's like marriage is this thing that you must do, and it's a shame that if you leave your engagement, or if you're married and you leave your marriage, it's this big shame, which is not. Because if it was a big shame or a big haram, it would not be in Islam that you could, that is like, you know, you will not put, you know, divorce, right?
I know. This is something, topics.
It's another topic.
More expanded. But right now let's focus, because our title is how to choose.
Yes.
This is the only guidelines. This is why I'm going. It's the guidelines how to choose your life partner. First, you have to know yourself, be aware about yourself. Second, know the other person, be aware, and the other person has to be about their themselves. And then you're supposed to start asking each other about serious matter, the lifestyle, how you want to live your life, what kind of way you want to live your life, how you want to raise your kids, and which way you want to raise your kids.
Yes.
And be understandable, be humanitarian, understand that you are dealing with a human being. You're not dealing with a pet. Again, pay attention of this. It's not a joke. We are being real, and understand the marriage is a lifetime partnership. There's a keys. You have to learn these keys and be detail oriented and be aware about yourself. Again, I repeat this again and again, because if you're not aware about yourself, you're not gonna be able to achieve success in this marriage.
Right.
I'd like to end it on that. I don't know if you want to expand anything else for now.
Yeah, that's really good how to end it. But I'm just saying, if it doesn't work out, if all that you happen and it works out, alhamdulillah. But what if it doesn't work out? That's what I was trying to say. That don't be ashamed of yourself, like, oh, not ashamed, or I'm never gonna find anybody ever again in my life. And this, because I did go into, you know, that part because I was engaged before him, and I was, you know, it was like, because everybody put this shame. It's like, oh, didn't work out, that means something's wrong with. No, it doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It just means that you guys are not compatible. It means this guy is not for me. It's because nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, because sometimes you will do your part and the other partner, he's not doing his part. This is why it's not going to work.
You guys are not compatible.
And this is, by the way, I know what you're saying is true, but I feel more because the other part is not doing what you did.
He saw a lot of examples. That's
because you have to, both of you, do the same part, follow the same guidelines, and everything start with a start, and everything will end with an end. And what you're saying, absolutely right. If both of you followed everything, and then nothing is worked,
He's not your
then there's no
Muslim, right?
compatibility. But I still believe if this guidelines was followed, is gonna help. And this is by not forgetting the number one is you and your partner. And if you and your partner only the one trying to build this, relationship. If
Don't let anybody get involved.
else, whatever their title, whatever their importance towards you, whatever their level of, care they give you or the care that you give them, try to get involved in this in this step A in your relationship. Don't accuse the guidelines, because you are breaking the guidelines, because the number one, how I'm going to say, the number one policy to protect these guidelines is just you and your partner, or you or your future partner only. They are the one involved in building this relationship, not anybody else. Not anybody else.
So that will break everything.
Else.
That will break everything down. And I also wanted to add to that, we are living in a modern world where we can't pick up the phone or text. So it's because back in the time, I remember people would say, "Oh, it's haram to have two people," which it is. But if you guys are talking to get married, it's not haram